Good morning, everybody. I'm heading to the small town of Burgal so that I can sell the Makita 18x2 saw that I bought at the auction the other day. I bought it for around $100. Of course, it's worth more than that. Even as a bare tool on Amazon, it sells for $125, and that's about the lowest price you'll ever find it as a bare tool. But with two batteries and the double charger with the bag, I'm selling it for around 150 bucks, so I can make about $50 on that. So that's a pretty good profit there. You don't want to go too high or people get put off by it, but that's about right. So hopefully this meetup will go as planned and I will sell this saw. Mission accomplished. In the last video, I was redoing this Ryobi sander. It is a corded sander. I took the head that was on there, which was already falling off, little sticky pad, and I replaced it with one from an oscillating tool, and I used a JB Weld epoxy to put it on, and doesn't feel like it's coming off. So we'll see if that does a trick and makes this into a little bit more desirable tool here. So I'm gonna get a board and we're gonna sand. Okay, I scribbled some on this board so I could see if the sander will take it off. This is a 60 grit sandpaper. So let's see. So after a few seconds, nothing really happened here. So I'm gonna get out a multi-tool and we'll see how much of a difference a multi-tool is between that and our old sander here. This is a brushless Ryobi multi-tool with one of their high performance batteries. So this is basically the opposite of what we were just using. And I have a 60 grit sandpaper on this one as well. It's turned up onto the highest speed. And let's see this one. And plus, it vibrates a whole lot less. So this one does a whole lot better. This is a nicer multi-tool compared to a lot of them. So there might be some that do a little bit worse job, but this one does a whole lot better. So in here is Vinegar and a bunch of hand tools, and they've been sitting here, oh my gosh, for a while. And it smells strong in here, and it looks super bad. I'm gonna grab a couple out. We're gonna rinse them off and see what they look like. But this looks like the stuff that makes you die. Okay, in this disgusting bucket, I have a pipe wrench, another wrench, a pair of pliers, and I think a socket maybe down there. I'm not sure. But I'm gonna spray them off without trying to touch them. And we're gonna see what they look like. Oh my gosh. Get both sides here. A pair of pliers actually looks like a pair of pliers now. Yeah, that looks a lot better. I mean, these were all rusted up before. The paint's all come off of this one, but I think the paint was coming off of it before. We'll see. Put a little bit of the finger pressure nozzle on it. I'm gonna drop them in a bucket of water, and then I'll wipe them off. They look a lot better there. After some cleaning up right here, the wrenches look a lot better. A little bit more cleaning required. Put some oil on them so they wouldn't start rusting. And some of them, they're not gonna make it though. Now I got my plywood out here. I'm building like a little sliding drawer system for my wife for her fragrance oils. She makes candles. And so I'm cutting some 3-inch strips. I have the bottom of the drawers over there, but I had to cut some 3-inch strips there to make the sides. And I'll put them all together and show you guys what they look like after they're done. I have some of these non-abrasive wheels that I'm using to clean off some of this old hardware. You can see I cleaned off half of it, clean off the other half, and I'll give it a little bath in oil so that it won't rust as much. And I have one more I'm going to do. I can't remember what these are for. Maybe one of you guys will. I want to say maybe it's fire sprinkler, but I don't recall. Remind me what this is. Maybe that's for, who knows, maybe for a jack or something. I don't know. I have the old Hart battery-powered air compressor and cheap Harbor Freight brad nailer. I have some of my stuff out here. It's kind of a cluster like it usually is. I have these cool drawer sliders that I got at a yard sale. And I have the drawer upside down. I'm putting them on the bottom. This is my wife's little shelf here underneath all my stuff. I want the drawers just to slide out and slide back in. So I'm putting them all together. I'm putting some panhead screws in there. A little support bracket because it just wasn't thick enough. I wanted to put some screws that had a little bit more meat in them to get down into that wood to hold them in place because there might be some heavy stuff on the shelves. So I'm working on that. And I just bathed some of my tools over here in WD-40 so they can sit for a while. One of the wrenches I found out, this one here is actually like a Honda wrench for a Honda motorcycle, which I thought was pretty cool. I found a few specialty wrenches like that. It's kind of a neat thing, kind of cool looking up. Not anything super expensive where I'm going to get a lot of money for it, but just kind of a cool fact. And my first drawer is in and just works like that. So it turned out pretty good. I can mount this shelf and it's a wire rack that's gonna mount to, so there's gonna be this wood on top and then more wood on the bottom to pinch it in place so it can't come up, because if this is very heavy, of course, it's gonna push like that. So we'll make some compensating factors for that.